Incredible greetings, incredible greetings, incredible greetings, everyone. Now, that's always for the ones who are watching the replay, if this actually becomes a replay, because no one's really on when I first hit live. Gotta wait for notifications like that to pop up. But so that there's no dead air, incredible greetings, everyone. Welcome in. And I'll just repeat that. If you're watching the playback of this, we'll probably go through about 5 minutes of me just saying hello. Incredible greetings. This is a live video. This is not pre-recorded, so we don't just jump into it. I know you are watching the playback of it, and your hopes or expectations is to be able to jump right into it. But this is live, okay? So we have to wait for the audience to build. We don't teach to no one, right? We want to have an audience to teach to and get people engaged and involved. So if you are watching the playback of this, you got to fast forward a little bit. But if you are watching live, just got to give it a moment while we share it out. And I have to always change my notification because I use StreamYard and it automatically makes my videos go like not public. So we got to change that to public and then also share it out to a few to a few areas, to a few groups and things of that nature. And all right, so I got this all shared out. Hello. Incredible greetings. Incredible morning, Sherry. How are you? Thank you for tapping in. As you guys come in, drop a hey, how you doing? Let me know who you are, where you're watching from, what you do in the creative space. All right. Hello. I see the numbers going up. You guys are coming in the room. You're stopping by the video. Say hello. Drop a hey, how you doing? Let me know who's in the room with us today. At least say hello. Would be great if you can let me know what you do in the creative space. What programs do you use? And things of that nature. But just a hello, just so I know who I am teaching to today would be awesome. All right. Hello. Incredible greetings. Welcome in, everyone. Incredible greetings. Incredible greetings. Incredible greetings. I use Silhouette Studio. Is that the only design platform you are using? No Canva, um, no Photoshop, Affinity, any of those? Just Silhouette. If you're just for anyone that's using just Silhouette Studio, if you have to do things like remove backgrounds, do you use specific programs for that? Are you using websites like Remove BG or Canva or any other places? Let me know, excuse me, in the chat as well. Thank you for tapping in from Illinois. Just starting to use Canva, well, starting to try Canva. Okay, okay. How are you liking it or adjusting so far? Are there certain parts about Canva that you like? Some things that you're like not too sure about? Have you found some things that are kind of frustrating to you when using Canva? I use Silhouette, Photoshop, and Learning Canva. Same question to you. With being the fact that you're in the learning phase of Canva, the major parts of it that you like, what are some areas that you find challenging, where you're like, I got to figure out how to make this work? So, what's your current experience with Canva? Who here is learning these different programs and applications and different skills and techniques and things like that to make money? Okay, I understand you're just starting out. So, okay, when you say just starting, have you done anything in Canva? Have you created anything? Have you just explored it? Did you just download it? Have you had it downloaded for a while? I understand we're just starting, but if we've done anything in it, maybe there's some things that have stuck out to you. If you've attempted to design something or put something together, or if you just opened up a template and you have been just adjusting things and changing colors and stuff of that nature, what has been your experience with it thus far? I like using AI generator, adjusting templates, Incredible Morning, Creative Fabrica lets you remove backgrounds too. I tried it the other day. Okay. So that's another option for someone. They're saying that you can do it via Creative Fabrica, which there's actually quite a few things that, I mean, people don't realize that's available when it comes here, because they do have what's considered to be like a design studio. There's the graphics, there's the fonts. They have, and if you go under tools, font generator, font cloud, shape cloud, background remover, SVG file converter, the artistry, says inspiration, AI font generators. Don't know what that is. So there's actually a lot of tools here. Most people don't really explore a lot of the things that are down here. And then even when they're looking up files and things, some people don't realize that there are templates here. There are Photoshop brushes and overlays, and there's things for Procreate. There's all sorts of goodies within Creative Fabrica. It's not just fonts and SVGs. There are patterns for sewing. There are patterns for, well, there's different embroidery files. There's a lot. When I say a lot, there's a lot of resources on this platform. Is there anyone that is not using, that you don't have an account for Creative Fabrica? I didn't realize I wasn't using all those great tools. I mean, if you don't like, so some of them, like some of the tools I don't really utilize. I don't like, so let's say like the word cloud. I prefer wordart.com over theirs. So I already had a resource, and I don't mind paying for that particular resource. But if you're someone that's trying to kind of keep costs down and you want something that's like all in one, there are a lot of great options within their platform. I personally don't really care for their word cloud, but for some it works for like what their needs are. It just depends on, like I said, it depends on what your need is, and how you need to use it. If you need like something that's really like just simplified, or you need something more complex, you may have to look into like other platforms. Ooh, my eyeball is itching. But there, if you explore it, there are some little gems and things like that in here, depending on what it is that you do in the craft space or creative space. All right. I don't know. My algorithm's a little funky this morning. I think I'm going to probably try to come back a little bit later, because my algorithm is not being nice today. Yeah. So I think that I'm going to just kind of come back. The algorithm's not being very nice. I mean, I thank you, Valerie. I thank you, Sherry, and what is this, Chris, for commenting. And I don't mean to leave y'all hanging, but I would like for these numbers to be a little bit higher, to hopefully get a little bit more. The more people, even if only 1%, 2%, 5% of those people engage, it's still giving me, something to kind of work with. The way the numbers are right now, it just would, I'm not gonna say it would be a waste. It's never a waste. It's just not an efficient use of time and resources for me to kind of do this video right now, because the algorithm is not playing very nice and actually sending out notifications. People are not saying hello and, introduce, or just kind of let me know they're on the live. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just end this one, and we will try again later. I had some good stuff too, but I will try it later when maybe we can have a little bit more engagement and the algorithm plays nice with me. So I don't ever have a time. And I know that's a bad thing, right? You guys want, you want to kind of look for, okay, yeah, you want to plan for a certain time. I'm always working on orders. I'm working on classes and things like that. For me, if I'm being honest, I go live to clear my head, like before I get into like major work and things of that nature. I don't ever schedule. When it comes to these live videos, I don't schedule them. I schedule classes, the ones that think things that people are paying for, I schedule those. But these free ones, I don't like being locked down to a specific time. So whenever a moment frees up in my schedule, like right now, like in the morning, before I kind of get going, is kind of the best time for me to go live. So most times I go live after I drop the kids off, come home, get something to eat and whatnot, and I try and go live for a little bit. But once I go and I start getting into work, there's no telling when I'll actually be able to go live again. So you just have to have your notifications on. And I understand that doesn't work for some people, but you can always watch the playback of it. Most people just need the playback anyway because they're not actively engaged when I'm live anyway. They're just kind of watching it. So whether they're watching live or watching the playback, they'll get something out of it because they're not actively engaged. So if you are not available the next time I go live, just make sure that you come back. And because you're on YouTube, you can't click on videos. So you won't find them under videos. You have to go to live. When you're on my channel, you click on live, and that's where you'll see the playbacks of all of the different like live videos and things that we have done that have remained up. So check that section out and you'll be able to watch the playbacks and things, okay? All right, y'all, I am going to log off. Man, it's going to be a good one today too. But I will try and come back a little bit later. Until next time, have a great one. Peace.